the square root of 5x minus 3 equals 22. My first step is to add 3 to both sides. So plus 3 plus 3. This will now leave me with the square root of 5x is equal to 25. From there, I will then square both sides. So we have parentheses, parentheses to the second power, and this will leave me with 5x is equal to 625. From there, I will then divide both sides by 5. And this will go ahead and leave me with x is equal to, let's check that out, to 125. And that's your final solution. For this question, we have the square root of 2x minus 1 plus 3 equals 7. My first step is to subtract 3 on both sides. Minus 3, minus 3. This will now leave me with the square root of 2x minus 1 is equal to 4. I will then square both sides. This will now leave me with 2x minus 1 is equal to 16. I will then add 1 to both sides. This will now leave me with 2x is equal to 15. Then I will divide both sides by 2. And this will leave me with a final solution of x is equal to 15 divided by 2. Or you can rewrite this to be x is equal to 7.5. For the next question, we have the square root, 5 times the square root of 2x plus 2 minus 7 is equal to 13. My first step is to add 7 on both sides. Plus 7, plus 7. This will now leave me with 5 times the square root of 2x plus 2 is equal to 20. I will then divide both sides by 5. And this will leave me with the square root of 2x plus 2 is equal to 4. I will then square both sides. This will now leave me with 2x plus 2 is equal to 16. I will then subtract 2 on both sides. And this will leave me with 2x is equal to 14. And finally, I will divide both sides by 2. And this will give me a final solution of x is equal to positive 7. For the next question, I have the square root of 3x plus 4 equals the square root of x plus 12. My first step is to square both sides. This will leave me with 3x plus 4 is equal to x plus 12. I will then subtract x on both sides. This will leave me with 2x plus 4 is equal to 12. I will then subtract 4 on both sides. This will now leave me with 2x is equal to positive 8. And finally, I divide both sides by 2. This will leave me with x is equal to 4 as my final solution. For the next question, we have 3 times the square root of 4x minus 4 plus 5 equals 17. My first step is to subtract 5 on both sides. So we have 3 times the square root of 4x minus 4 is equal to 12. We then divide both sides by 3. And this will leave me with the square root of 4x minus 4 is equal to 4. I will then square both sides. And this will leave me with 4x minus 4 is equal to 16. I then add 4 to both sides, and this will leave me with 4x is equal to positive 20. Then I will divide both sides by 4, and this will leave me with a final solution of x is equal to positive 5. For the next question, we have the square root of 5x minus 3 equals the square root of 2x plus 15. My first step is to square both sides. This will leave me with 5x minus 3 is equal to 2x plus 15. I will then subtract 2x on both sides. This will leave me with 3x minus 3 is equal to 15. I will then add 3 to both sides. This will leave me with 3x is equal to positive 18. Then I will divide both sides by 3. And this will leave me with a final solution of x is equal to positive 6. For the next question type, we have x minus 5 is equal to the square root of x plus 7. Now for this one, my first step is to square both sides. So this, on the left-hand side, will leave us with x squared minus 10x plus 25 is equal to x plus 7. I will then place all terms next to the side that contains the x squared. So I will subtract x on both sides. I will subtract 7 on both sides. And this will leave me with x squared minus 11x plus 18 is equal to 0. Now I'm looking for the factors of 18. What two numbers multiply to give you 18, but when added together will give you negative 11? I would say the following. I would say that we have the following factors. We have negative 9 and negative 2, right? Negative 9 times negative 2 gives you positive 18. Negative 9 plus negative 2 gives you negative 11. So from there, our final solutions are going to be x is equal to positive 9 and x is equal to positive 2. But keep in mind that for these types of questions, you have to check for extraneous solutions. So on the right-hand side, using a different color, we're going to go ahead and check both solutions. And we just simply substitute them into the original. So we have check. This is going to be for x equals 9. And we have what? 9 minus 5 is equal to the square root of 9 plus 7. 9 minus 5 leaves you with 4. Square root of 9 plus 7 gives you what? The square root of 16. So you have 4 is equal to the square root of 16, which is 4. So this one checks out. So this will be a solution. Now, we're going to go ahead and check x equals 2. You never know, you might have two solutions. So we have 2 minus 5 is equal to the square root of 2 plus 7. This will leave you with what? Negative 3 is equal to the square root of 10. Or excuse me, the square root of 9, which leaves you with what? Negative 3 equals 3, which is not true. So the only solution that you have is going to be x is equal to 9. Let's move on to another one. So for this question type, we have to begin by squaring both sides. This will leave us with x squared is equal to x plus 12. Then I will move all terms to the left-hand side, or the side that contains the x squared. So I subtract x and subtract 12 on both sides. This will leave me with x squared, there's no like term, minus x minus 12 is equal to 0. Then I will factor this quadratic. Looking at this, again, the idea is what? What two numbers multiply to give you negative 12, and when added together will give you negative negative 1. So looking at this, we have the following factors to be negative 4 and positive 3, right? Negative 4 times positive 3 will give you negative 12. Negative 4 plus 3 will give you negative 1. Hence, the final solutions will be x is equal to positive 4 and x is equal to negative 3. But again, you have to check these solutions. So let's go ahead and check them out. On the upper right-hand side, I am going to write down check for x equals 4. It doesn't matter which one you do first. So we have 4 is equal to the square root of 4 plus 12. This will leave us with what? 4 equals the square root of 16, which leaves us with 4 equals the square root of 16 is 4 as well. So this one checks out. This will be one of the solutions. But again, you never know if the other solution might potentially be a solution at the end. Let's check it out. We have x equals negative 3. We have negative 3 equals the square root of negative 3 plus 12, which will leave us with negative 3 equals the square root of 9. Negative 3 is equal to, well, the square root of 9 is 3. So this one does not check out, so the only solution will be x equals 4. Let's go ahead and do another one. So for this one, we have x minus 2 equals the square root of 3x minus 2. So for this one, my first step is to square both sides. This will now leave me with x squared minus 4x plus 4 is equal to 3x minus 2. I will then move all the terms to the to the left-hand side because that's the side that contains the x squared. So I do minus 3x plus 2, minus 3x plus 2. This will now leave me with x squared minus 7x plus 6 is equal to 0. So looking at this, I can see that the following factors will be x minus 6 and x minus 1. Why is that the case scenario? Well, because negative 6 times negative 1 will give you positive 6. Negative 6 plus negative 1 will give you negative 7. So it checks out. Then I will rewrite this to be my final solution. So I have x equals positive 6, and I have x is equal to positive 1. From there, I will then do my check. So on the upper right-hand corner, I have check, and I'm checking for x equals positive 6. So I have 6 minus 2 equals the square root of 3, parentheses 6, minus 2. So this will leave us with 4 on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, we have 3 times 6. That gives us 18 minus 2. So we have what? 4 equals the square root of 16. And 4 is equal to what? Well, the square root of 16 is 4 as well. So it checks out. All right, then we do the check for x equals 1. So we have 1 minus 2 is equal to the square root of 3, parentheses 1, minus 2. And this will leave us with what? Negative 1 on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side, we have 3 times 1, which is 3. 3 minus 2 gives us 1. So we have negative 1 is equal to what? Well, the square root of 1 is 1. So this one does not check out. So the only solution that we have is going to be x equals 6. Let's go ahead and move on to a different question. So for this one, my first step is to square both sides. This will leave me with x squared is equal to 2x plus 8. Then I will move all the terms to the side that contains the x squared, in this case, the left side. So minus 2x minus 8 minus 2x minus 8. This will leave me with x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. So looking at this, I notice right away that the factors that I have for this one are going to be, let's see, -4 and +2. Now, why is that the case scenario? Well, -4 times +2 will give us -8. -4 plus 2 will give us -2. So it checks out. From there, we then convert them to their solution. So we have x equals +4 and x is equal to -2. Now we do our check on the upper right-hand corner. So we have check, and we have x equals 4. So we have 4 equals the square root of 2 parentheses 4 plus 8. This will leave us with 4 equals 2 times 4 gives us 8. So we have 8 plus 8, which will give us the square root of 16. And the square root of 16 is 4 as well, so it checks out. So this could potentially be one of our solutions. Then let's do the check for x equals -2. So for this one, we have -2 is equal to the square root of 2 times -2 plus 8. This will leave us with -2 is equal to the square root of 2 times -2, which gives us -4 plus 8. So we have -2 is equal to the square root of 4. We know that the square root of 4 is 2, so we have -2 is equal to 2, but wait a second, that does not make sense. So the only solution that's true will be x equals 4. Okay, so hopefully you got the hang of the skills from this, and we will go ahead and continue in a different video.